Hey everyone, welcome to another map review. Just a quick notice before the video. The reason I made the map review videos before the other planned videos is so the video is up for the majority of the time the map is made public. With that out of the way, let's get into the video starting with the map's most common spawns. Knowing the enemy's spawn is useful to predict where they will spawn and to kill them via spawn trapping or from the map's camping spots. This map has a few decent camping spots. The first one is a tall building in the top corner of the map. This building has amazing view over almost all the map below, which makes it a very attractive spot for snipers. Because it is the tallest point in the map along with another spot, there is view over enemies in many different areas of the map. This spot has two ladders that need to be watched over as much as possible if a camper is there by themselves. In this spot there is a ledge that can be stood on for a view above the rest of the spot. This is the best area for snipers to be in this camping spot. It's quite a dangerous camping spot though. It is one of the most, if not the most popular spot in the map. The reason this spot's dangerous is because there are 2 points that need to be watched constantly because enemies will try to sneak up on campers. So any camper here by themselves can't afford to try and snipe enemies anywhere in the map without looking behind them every few seconds, because enemies can easily take one of the two ladders that any sniper facing outwards will be blind to see. And the longer a player stays in this spot, the more likely enemies will be to try and sneak up on them, so just be watchful from the camping spot. The spot gets a 6 out of 10 rating, great sniping access, but it's popular and any camper must here watch for enemies. The second camping spot for this map is on the opposite side of the map to the first one, and this spot is much lower than the first spot. There's one access point to this spot and there is a block in the middle of it for cover that can be stood on for better view. The spot has less view over the middle area and the upper area of the map, but there's more view over the floor of the map where close range gunfights can happen from this spot. There's also many lines of sights where sniper gunfights can happen. It's a decent spot to sniper gunfights. There's an advantage and a disadvantage of staying on top of the block in this spot. The advantage is that you can see enemies nearby better when on the block and can more easily prevent them from sneaking out. The disadvantage is that it's easier to be sniped when you're standing on the block, as there is no cover and enemies can see you from nearby. That's all for this camping spot. It gets a 5 out of 10 rating, decent but not particularly impressive. The next camping spot has a higher altitude again. The third camping spot is near the first one and is around the same height level. The sniping access is better from this spot as camping spot 2 than from a lot of other areas. Enemies below this spot are easy prey because of the height advantage and also because they might not spot campers when they need to. This spot is harder to get to than the first camping spot. Despite being mostly similar, enemies have to jump on the block to get to the top of the spot, which takes longer than climbing a ladder. From the top block for this spot there isn't much cover from snipers, but campers can easily jump down to the block below for cover. This spot gets a 6 out of 10 rating, with sniping access like the first spot, and structured a bit differently, but still decent. For the playstyles of the map, it depends on what area of the map you like the most. Enemies are normally more common on the surface level of the map, and close to range gunfights are common for any player wanting to whack the map. The weapon selection for this map is varied, and this map is good for all weapons in different situations. Weapon selection ultimately depends on the player's choice, and they will use what they want, but good close quarters weapons are better to use than a sniper for an aggressive player. Any campers will be better off using a sniper or RPG as their best at long range. For the underground area of the map, playstyles are different though, as it is a tighter space than the surface and there isn't much room to dodge. The most interesting thing about the underground area of this map is the fact that all players are through bars. This means that some players will engage in gunfight through bars, normally over a medium or long distance. Shooting enemies through the bars is a good idea, as if they don't see you, they won't be expecting you, and if they do see you, then a long distance gunfight can happen. Any enemy standing still visible through bars can be sniped just as easily as a player on the surface, and it is more unexpected to be killed through the bars. Bars are quite safe to shoot through. There are only two ways to be killed when sniping enemies through the bars. Those two ways are being snuck up on by an enemy behind or losing a gunfight through the bars. If a player can prevent those things from happening, they can be successful with this strategy of shooting enemies through the bars. There are also often less enemies underground, so for a player on a kill streak, it can be a good area to retreat to try and stay hidden. The only problem with shooting enemies through the bars are that weapons that are not fully accurate won't be as effective. Any player who wants to shoot enemies through the bars will be best off backing themselves into a corner and waiting for enemies to move the bars. That's all the Playstyles. Now to do the Lastly in the video will be spots to avoid. The spot to avoid I'd like to talk about for this map is a funnel shaped area that cannot be climbed out of. It is an extremely vulnerable spot where any player here can be shot from above in camping spot 1. The only time this spot is useful is to quickly retreat from camping spot 1 to the underground. There's no reason to hang around in this spot. There's no way out of this hole unless you jump out. It is clearly a spot with nothing of tactical value. That is all for this map review. I hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. I will see you in the next video, which hopefully won't be a map review, and as long as there's no new maps, it will be.